How many of you have walked into a dealership to purchase a car? If you were the age of 20 or under, I would like to make an educational guess that it wasn't as simple as you expected. The most common obstacle for young adults making a purchase that needs a loan is credit. A credit score is a numerical value that basically sums up your risk factor, and this can be a large red flag that holds many young, hardworking adults back. Don't get me wrong, I understand why providers use a credit score. They need to protect themselves, and that's respectable. The issue being, quality young adults denied the start of their life and goals based on a practice that is not always taught nor understood by those affected. Providing information on how to build a credit can help these young adults start their financial life in a positive way, allowing these large necessary purchases. So how do young adults, you, not only learn about credit, but start to build your score to avoid purchase denial? I've stated what a credit score is by definition. Now let's start with a good credit value. Good scores can range from 621 to 740. Credit scores are based on payment history, outstanding balances, length of credit history, applications for new credit accounts, and types of credit accounts. When applying for a loan or a credit card, a provider will look at all the factors I just listed on a credit report, and this will then be turned into a credit score. A good score, 621 to 740, not only allows for loan acceptance, but good rates of payment also. This may sound pretty quick and easy. Make payments, have a good credit score. I wish it were that simple. Credit takes time to build. Although there are a couple ways to build a credit score, it won't happen overnight. It will take about 6 months of credit activity to establish enough history for a FICO credit score, which is used in 90% of lending decisions, quoted by The Balance. Therefore, a young adult with no credit will have to work at building their score for half a year. Let's say you're being kicked out of your parents' house. What do? To buy a house, you need a loan. To get a loan, you need a credit score. You also, a lot of times, will need a payment history for a landlord for him to offer you his rental house to you. Credit can be a huge obstacle to overcome. Now, that's a harsh reality that many will not face, but it's honest. My bluntness is not to discourage you, but to provide you with the information to take this seriously. As I've been researching, I've realized how important a good credit score truly can be. So how do you build your score? First, let me explain a loophole that I used to purchase my car. I had been saving and I had money, but it wasn't enough to cover my car. Luckily, my dad is supportive and he decided to be my cosigner. A cosigner basically signs documents saying if this person can't make their payments, then my dad or the other person will. It can also negatively affect their score. If I don't make my payments and my dad has to step in, his score can then decline. I was lucky and he supported me, and now I make payments on my car, which builds my credit. That can be a huge leap of faith, and it's not always an option for everyone. On the positive side, when it does work, then you can build your credit score through this loan. To build a credit score when you don't have a score history or cosigner, you can open a secured credit card. A secured credit card is for people without a credit score. This account requires a deposit for the provider's peace of mind, but can be a great stepping stone in building and rebuilding your score. A similar option is a credit builder loan. So yes, there are avenues provided for people without a score. A credit builder loan is a loan transferred into a savings account that you then pay on as the interest builds. Again, this will build your credit. Another option would be to become a user on someone else's card. Basically, as they make payments and build their score, you are reaping the benefits of their good financial mindset. In turn, your score is building also. As stated in the article from The Balance, it's not recommended to use this as a long-term fix. Lastly, an option would be checking with a provider to see if bills that are not usually considered for building a score can be used as payment history, like utilities and rent. These are not usually used to build a score, but sometimes can be considered to ensure you can be accepted for a loan. Knowledge of credit scores can open many doors for young adults' futures. Although there are many harsh realities to not having a score or abusing your score, there are plenty of ways to learn quality score building and success. If you work at it, a credit score can be a successful option and can provide loans and purchases for you to start your life. The credit score does not have to be an obstacle that stops you from continuing your life, but to help you make the purchases that you need to fulfill a happy life.